Spirit of Halloween's first 2024 teaser video has arrived. Let's analyze. For everything scary, I'm GMHaunts, and welcome to one of my biggest videos of the year, because today we are discussing the very first Spirit of Halloween 2024 teaser video. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the date is April 29th, 2024, and just as we suspected, Spirit has released the first teaser video of the season, of course, halfway to Halloween. Last night at exactly 12:01 a.m., as soon as the calendar switched over to April 29th, Spirit dropped the Halfway to Halloween 2024 teaser video on their YouTube and all other social channels. And of course, this is following up the flashback of Clowning Around and the release of Rick Ratman, those two animatronics, of course, also coming out in honor of Halfway to Halloween. So before we start the deep dive into this teaser, I want to mention the obvious, the most clear thing from the Spirit Halfway to Halloween 2024 teaser video, and that is that it is basically confirmed that we are getting a Carnival ISE theme for Spirit of Halloween 2024. Everything about this teaser screams Carnival. I mean, just the general concept of it, with this ticket box and then the hand with the glove and the red clothing to reach in and pull out a Carnival ticket that says Admit 1. Everything about this teaser is just confirming to us that yes, a Carnival ISE is coming for Spirit 2024, which is very interesting. Obviously, the last Carnival / clown theme that we saw was 2013 with the clown train. We also saw the Cirque du Spirit back before that in 2010, and now it looks like for 2024 we are getting a brand new Carnival ISE. So now jumping into the analyzation for this teaser video, we start off on a shot of some popcorn spilled over on the ground. I don't really think this is really hinting towards anything, to be honest with you. I think this is just scene setting, kind of setting the mood for a carnival that goes along with the rest of the teaser. Obviously, just like we saw last year, all of the hidden clues and references are hidden within flashes that come up on the screen insanely quickly, again, just as we've gotten used to with these Halfway to Halloween teasers. And the first flash, we get our first hint towards something we may be seeing for 2024. Within this first flash of white light, we actually get a beware of dog sign. Now, I'm gonna say with this flash and with a lot of the other ones that we see in this teaser, you kind of have to adjust the brightness and the contrast in another program to really see what Spirit is showing us. And luckily for you, I did do that for this video. So what you're seeing on screen is an edited version of a screenshot of this beware of dog sign that comes up on screen during the teaser. As far as what this could mean, we have a couple of different ideas. The first one is that it could be referencing Manso's friend, Bubba. Honestly, I don't think that's what it is. We do know that Manso's friend is returning once again for 2024, but it doesn't really make sense to me that Spirit would reference and kind of hint at a prop that we've seen for years now. Obviously, he came out back in 2018, so why throw in a clue towards Manso's friend for a 2024 teaser video? In my opinion, it doesn't really make any sense. What I think this actually is a hint towards a brand new prop. I think that we're going to be getting a brand new dog animatronic for the 2024 season, and that's what this sign is coming from, or just hinting at. Maybe this sign isn't a part of the prop itself, but more just hinting at the idea that we are getting a new dog animatronic for 2024. The next frame is extremely weird, and I have no idea what to make of this. It's basically just a smiley face that pops up right in the middle of the screen. Obviously, you can see the two eyes, you can see the smile, and the background is just blurred because this is kind of when the camera is moving really, really quickly, and the smile pops up for literally like a millisecond. It is so quick, and you have to slow it down so much to catch this smiley face. I'm not going to dive deep into this. I don't really think they're hinting at anything big with this smiley face. I think it's more something just an Easter egg for us to notice as we're diving into this teaser video, but nonetheless, a smiley face is there. After this is when we get our first look at kind of the main component for this year's Halfway to Halloween teaser, and that is the ticket box. As you can see, this is a very Carnival, kind of old school Carnival-esque ticket box with a Spirit logo, and it says take one, enter if you dare, and there is an admit one ticket coming out of the box. This obviously is a huge clue, gigantic, just massive clue towards the ISE for 2024. We are definitely getting a Carnival this year, and maybe this is actually from the ISE directly. I personally think it is, because with last year's Halfway to Halloween teaser, we saw the gargoyles and we saw some other things that were taken directly from the ISE itself, and my personal guess is that this ticket box that we're seeing will be an actual ISE piece that we see with this year's Carnival. This next slide is most likely yet another ISE piece, because this is a Carnival poster for Stilts. So once again, I'm going to be showing you an edited version from the teaser of a screenshot of this with a different contrast and brightness so you can see it a lot more defined and a lot better. But as you can clearly see, this is Stilts animatronic, obviously from last year, on an old school freak show, sideshow, Carnival poster in the corner with a little circle that says live show. This is most likely an ISE piece, a poster that will be around the ISE just to kind of deliver that idea of a sideshow or a freak show, and it looks like that for 2024, this Carnival ISE will feature multiple sideshow posters with different animatronics on them. I love this idea. It is so creative, it is so original, and I love that Stilts will be getting one for 2024, and this also most likely means that Stilts will be returning for 2024, most likely also within the ISE, which he fits perfectly with it most likely being a Carnival for 2024. Obviously, not 100% confirmed yet that he will be returning. Maybe he's just on a poster, but he's not in the ISE itself. That would be kind of weird. I wouldn't really get the reason for doing that. But nonetheless, they do have a Carnival poster with Stilts on it for 2024. After this, we get a wide shot once again of this ticket box with the ticket sticking out of it, and we can also get a great look at the set and background where the Halfway to Halloween 2024 teaser was filmed. You can clearly see a big Carnival backdrop with a whole bunch of red and white stripes. You can also see some pennants, some flags, and some old school Carnival lights kind of hanging on strings. There's some hay bales. There's a skeleton mouse or rat, it looks like, kind of sitting on one of the hay bales in the background. We can see spilled popcorn all over the place, some rope, some fog, and just a very much Carnival looking scene. The next clue that we get is one of the most interesting from all of the ones shown in this teaser video, and this is simply a superimposed lollipop. So if you're anything like myself, most likely the first thing you're thinking when you see this clue that Spirit gave us is, of course, Uncle Charlie. Uncle Charlie is the animatronic that made lollipops famous within the Spirit Halloween community, and the first thing I thought when I saw this was that maybe we're getting the original 2010 Uncle Charlie for Spirit Halloween 2024. Obviously, Uncle Charlie came out in 2010. He then was the first ever Flashback Friday prop coming out in 2020, but did get a lot of backlash for the fact that Spirit and SVI changed him, added mouth movement, gave him a latex face, and made him look just a lot different than he did back in 2010. When I saw this lollipop, the thing I thought immediately was that maybe Spirit's gonna give us the real, original, OG Uncle Charlie for 2010 back now for the 2024 season. However, I'm not so sure of that, and the reason I say that is because this lollipop does not match that of the original Uncle Charlie. What we're seeing in this teaser video is a lollipop that has yellow, orange, and red swirls, it looks like, but on the original Uncle Charlie animatronic, there's more blue and greens in there, and not really the colors we're seeing in this teaser. Now, of course, there's probably 10,000 filters within the footage in this teaser video, and maybe the lollipop is from Uncle Charlie, but with all of the distorting and editing and color and everything that Spirit does for these teaser videos, it's just looking like it's yellow, orange, and red. Honestly, I have no idea. This could be for a completely new prop that's coming out for 2024. That is definitely a possibility. Maybe this has nothing to do with Uncle Charlie, but there definitely is a possibility that we see the original Charlie for 2024. After this, we get yet another shot of the ticket box, and this is a very cool one, where the background is kind of dimmed and dark, and the superimposed focus is just on that ticket box, with the ticket hanging out of it. Again, gives us another great look at the Take One, Enter If You Dare logo, with the Spirit logo above it, and once again, I know I've said it a couple times, but I'm just going to say it again, I really do think that this will be an ISE piece that we see within the theme for Spirit this year. The camera kind of zooms in on the ticket box and has some weird shaking, and then the next frame is without a doubt the most confusing out of this entire teaser, and nobody really knows what to think of it. I don't even know how to describe this. It's basically a box, and it's very, very bright in the actual teaser itself, so I'm going to show you the edited version, but still, even with the edited darkened version, still really have no idea what this is. It almost looks like a box with carnival stripes on it, and then you can see stars towards the left-hand side of the screen. Maybe it's a riser from the actual ISE itself, which would be a very obscure thing for Spirit to include in this teaser. I really have no idea what the stars could mean if this was like a riser from the ISE. An interesting theory that I have heard is that maybe this is referring to Spiky from Killer Clowns from Outer Space, because Spiky does feature stars on his outfit, and maybe this is a clue that we are getting a Spiky animatronic for 2024, because obviously we have gotten Shorty, we have gotten Slim. Maybe Spiky is coming for 2024 with those stars being included in this freeze frame. Honestly, I'm not going to bet on that specifically, just because I don't really see that that is what Spirit is hinting at. I think the more focus is on whatever is kind of at the center of the screen with all those stripes on it and the box and whatever we're seeing here. I think that's what Spirit's trying to show, not really the focus being on the stars. But even with this box, I honestly have no idea what Spirit is showing. The camera then has a crazy spin, and then we see yet another Carnival poster that most likely will be in the ISE for 2024. This one with the darkened version looks so clear, and actually you can see a lot of the detail that is within this poster, and as you can see, this one actually has Monty on it. This poster looks like it says something about oddities being there for a limited time, and towards the bottom, it looks like it says, "You won't believe your eyes." It looks like it says, because you can see "you won't," and then there actually is like a drawing of an eyeball. So kind of just piecing it together and what a Sideshow poster would say. Most likely it says something along the lines of "you won't believe your eyes." And then the bottom left of it, you can actually see Monty kind of within like a little circle on the poster. This is super exciting, just like the Stilts poster, because this most likely confirms that we will see Monty in the ISE for 2024, which is obviously interesting because Monty released in 2022 and he was featured in the Monty side display. Then last year for 2023, he was online only, not featured in the ISE, and now with this, it looks like he may once again be featured in the theme, which means he kind of would have jumped over a year as being online only. So definitely interesting and very cool to see that Monty will most likely be in the theme for 2024, because he is such a Sideshow prop, such a Carnival-esque animatronic, and I'm so excited to see that Monty is also getting his own poster, just like with Stilts. This leads up to the finale shot of the Halfway to Halloween 2024 teaser video, where a hand wearing a white glove and it looks like a red undercoat leans into the shot and pulls out the ticket from the ticket box that we were seeing the entire teaser earlier. We can then clearly see that on the ticket, it does say Carnival, because we can see the C and the A, and then right when the rest of the ticket is being pulled out, a skull pops up on the screen and kind of pushes itself outward, and if you freeze it, because the skull is on the screen very, very shortly, we can observe that this skull is from the 2023 Blackheart animatronic. Does this mean Blackheart will be returning for the 2024 season? Maybe within the ISE? Just like all these things, we don't have 100% confirmation just yet, but we can definitely kind of presume that, because Spirit is going out of their way to include the Blackheart skull in this teaser video and have it as the very last thing that we see for Halfway to Halloween 2024. Kind of in like a red color. It's very, very cool looking, and it just pushes itself outward to end this teaser video and cover up the rest of the ticket as this hand is pulling it out. But without a doubt, that ticket definitely says Carnival on it, and that is 100% the Blackheart skull. So those are all of the visual clues and hints that we get within this year's Halfway to Halloween teaser. Of course, we can also listen to the audio, because within the last 2 years, these Halfway to Halloween teasers have had audio referencing new animatronics. Unfortunately, there isn't a lot to gather with this year's teaser's audio. It just kind of has some Carnival music, some dramatic sound effects, and then like a really dramatic sound when the Blackheart skull pops up at the very end. The only thing that I can gather from the audio is that the music in the very beginning of the teaser does have a sort of resemblance to a Killer Clowns from Outer Space sound, music, whatever you want to call it, soundtrack kind of thing, and that would match up with the stars that we saw in this teaser where I talked about it could be referencing Spikey from Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Maybe that does confirm that Spikey is coming for Spirit Halloween 2024. However, like I said with the stars, I don't really think that's hinting at Spikey, and then even with the audio, it sort of sounds like Killer Clowns from Outer Space, but it definitely isn't like 100% without a doubt that. It could just be Carnival music because, again, with this whole teaser, it definitely does confirm that we're getting a Carnival ISE for 2024. So maybe the music is more just generic, general clown music instead of like specifically referencing Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it, my analyzation for the very first Spirit Halloween 2024 teaser video, halfway to Halloween. There is a lot to consider and a lot to think about with this teaser, just like there is every year with the halfway to Halloween video. What we basically know for sure at this moment is that we are getting a Carnival ISE for Spirit 2024. I feel like at the very least, on the very surface level, that is what we can take away from this halfway to Halloween teaser video, and I guess as for everything else, there is still a lot up in the air, and we're just gonna have to look into this teaser even more and pay even closer attention to everything Spirit does to see if we get any more clues as we get even closer to the Spirit Halloween 2024 season. But I guess, remember as always, for everything scary, I'm GMHaunts. I was gonna say there for more Spirit Halloween 2024 videos. Goodbye.